We have not been on an equal playing field with some other jurisdictions within Canada because of various provincial programs that have aided and producers in other areas, which has allowed expansion or at least maintaining current production levels, whereas in Ontario we have seen production fall significantly in the last few years.
Ontario used to be the top market in North America for beef. Now we're the bottom market. What happened? Like, just what happened? Like, we used to be the top. And now Alberta's prices are better than ours, and they have all kinds of people or all kinds of cattle, and nobody to eat it. So then they've got to try and force it in here.
The Quebec producers compete against me for my feeder cattle. Therefore, I maybe pay a higher price for them. At the other end of the scale, when those cattle are ready for market, the Quebec producers are guaranteed a certain price. So they could try and get the best price, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So they just ship them to Ontario, and that lowers our price.
The whole Quebec setup has damaged the Ontario industry immensely, far more than any foreign country ever could. They have their CFIA regulations in place, so that's not a problem for them. But when they're getting anywhere from $10 to $20 to $30 more a hog, the damage is immense because the pork flows into the shelves. There's nothing we can do about it, and it just keeps happening.
They're subsidized to the point where they can stay in operation, where our subsidies here is going off the farm to get an extra income.
I wish I could see myself as a Canadian. I see myself more as an Ontarian because we seem to not be a country of collective provinces working together and working in harmony with each other. We seem to be doing our own things in our own little corners.
There needs to be something across Canada that levels the playing field, so that when we go to auction barns and that everyone that's there is working on a level playing field. You don't have somebody from one province working with a lot more money and a lot bigger margin than a producer here in Ontario. We're at an unfair disadvantage, and I guess I kind of liken it to having a hockey tournament maybe across with all the provinces across Canada, and you have all the teams showing up at the arena, and some of the provinces show up with their teams with brand new jerseys and hockey helmets with masks and new skates and everything, whereas Team Ontario goes out onto the ice and they look tired, and their hockey jersey isn't maybe looking so good, and their skates are hand-me-downs and they don't have a helmet, and it's really hard to compete when you don't have all the equipment and the tools to be able to compete against all your teams. And I know that's comparing it to a game, and our beef industry, it's not a game, it's a business, and it comes down to dollars and cents, and it's a really hard environment to compete in.
They've always been able to pay their bankers, so that's the difference. They haven't had to sell land. They haven't had to, so I guess bottom line is if you wanted to have a future in hogs, maybe Quebec's the place to be, but I'm hoping that Ontario can get their act together.
We should be the top of the market because the population is here. We only produce very, very small amount of what we consume in Ontario. Yet the producers are here, can't stay in business. And we're sitting right on the market, and we can't compete.